of the week time. So we got the Buffalo Bills traveling down to Miami to face the Dolphins. Is this 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock?
This is the night game. This is right. The last game of the regular season to decide the AFC East. What a great way.
What a way to cap it off.
What a great way to cap it off. Let's go and start with the visiting but favored Buffalo Bills. So, to me, this has been an up and down year, but they are peaking at the right time. I know it's a different sport, but I compared them to the Nationals that year they won the World Series, right? They were like 19-31 at the break, right? They weren't a very good team early. They peaked at the right time down the stretch, second half of the year, and I see the same qualities in Buffalo. Very similar to like the Steelers when they beat the Seahawks on that run, right?
Sure.
Wild card team snuck in, I think, as the 5 or 6 seed. At the time, there were only 6 seeds in each division, by the way. So sneaks in as a wild card team, runs the table, on the road. Jerome Bettis, Willie Parker, right? They found their run game late in the year, much like Buffalo is now. So it's a very interesting matchup. I think offensively, the keys to victory, this has been the key to victory almost every time we talk about Buffalo. Protect the ball.
Yeah.
Right? If they don't turn the ball over, I think they've only lost 1 game this year when they don't turn the ball over, right? Mm-hmm. Josh Allen is money. He wins like 90% of his games when he doesn't turn the ball over, right? So I'd say it's a very simple recipe, and I know you could say that's the key to victory for almost any team in any game. But specifically for Buffalo, because of what that leads to, which is almost always a win. You can't turn the ball over if you're Josh Allen. That's the key to victory there.
Yeah, the more often he is, or has the ability to be special with the ball, so the more time of possession that you give Josh Allen, the more your chances of losing go down, right? I mean, like, he is going to make it hurt if you let him. So if you're just going to, as a defense, play and you can't get any turnovers against that Buffalo offense, you're screwed. I don't know what to tell you. You're done.
The Buffalo defense, I would prepare very similar to how I would prepare, or how they prepared for Dallas. Right, that front 7 was ferocious, and we know Tua off schedule isn't very good. I'm sorry.
We saw it the first time.
Yeah, he's just not very good off schedule. Is Tua on schedule with a clean pocket fantastic? Yes, he's a top 5 quarterback. By the way, he was honorable mention for the top 10 list. I think he would be 11, right? On schedule, Tua's great. It's the off schedule stuff when you get him off his spot, which we've seen Buffalo do, and they did it to Dak, and it was a throttling. It wasn't even close. I think that would be the way I would prepare. I would say front 7, this is your game, go win it. If you're going to win, it's because of that front 7, and I think they're going to.
Yeah, you go get after Tua, and you go put pressure on that offense. It spells disaster for Miami.
Yeah, I would agree. And then so for on the flip side, Miami, right? A team that started out really, really hot, was in the discussion for the 1 seed, has kind of fallen from grace a little bit. They're now 11-5. They very well may finish 11-6, back to a wild card team, and Miami on the road. Think about how they would match up. Now, they would luck out because they would probably, I think they would be, I guess it depends if Cleveland wins. If Cleveland wins, they would be the 5, and Miami would be the 6. Mm-hmm. If they're the 6, they go on the road to Arrowhead. They're not winning that game.
No.
Now, they're lucky if they're the 5, they would go to whoever the AFC South team is. So whether that be Houston, Indianapolis, or Jacksonville, mm-hmm. that's not a weather issue for them. Going to Kansas City would be. So they have a lot on the line here. And obviously, if they make the division, or if they win the division, they would host a playoff game. That would be huge for them as well. So this is a massive game. Obviously, that doesn't need stated a ton, but that's kind of why it's a massive game. Keys to victory. Offensively, alpha brain, right? Hope Tua's brain is okay. I mean, if Tua's upright, they win a lot of games. There's a ton of arguments against Tua. The one argument for him is, dude, if he plays, they win. Almost all the time, right? So if he's upright and healthy, they win. So hopefully he is. He got banged up a little bit against Baltimore. I think mostly got taken out. 1, because it's a blowout. 2, for precaution.
I was going to say precautionary.
Yeah, so I think he'll be fine. To what degree of fine is he? I think that's the key for them. Can Tua stay upright and stay healthy?
Yes. You obviously have the genius of the offensive plan, right?
Yeah.
Mike McDaniel's going to give you a good plan.
Absolutely.
Can you execute it?
And Tua executes it at a really, really, really high level.
Yes. I do see the importance of a home playoff game, though.
That's why it's so critical for them. It's huge.
We have to keep in mind that this is going to be a divisional game. I know what we saw earlier in the season, but a divisional game the second time around.
And it's at Miami.
Always can look different.
Last year they beat them at Miami.
Can always look different.
Yeah. Defensively, it'd be very easy for me to just be like, well, then get the turnovers, right? But
force turnovers.
Yeah. But I think the way that you do that, you have to stop the run first. Obviously, we've seen over the last, I think, 3 weeks, they're averaging almost 200 yards on the ground. James Cook's been fantastic. Josh Allen running the ball has been really good. Josh Allen makes mistakes when they don't have any other options, and he has to be Superman.
Yeah.
Make him try to be Superman, right? Make him try to be Josh Allen from that Chiefs playoff game, right? That's when he turns the football over. Yeah, if they're on schedule and they're running the ball, Josh isn't going to make any mistakes, and you're screwed. Sorry, point blank.
Yeah.
Make him try to beat you.
That's the thing. That's the only knock on the Bills is when it turns to Josh Allen. When it turns to, hey, we don't, and everything else has failed. It's all you. Take it from here. And he has to do too much. And then we got into when we first started the podcast back in 2020, and Josh Allen was dropping back 70 times a game.
He was throwing insane amounts.
So you can't do that. That's when he's going to make the mistakes. That's when he's going to get the turnovers. So if you're Miami and you're on the defensive side, you're stopping that run.
So I know that you have Miami mostly because you kind of have to. I feel like if you didn't have to, you would probably lean Bills.
I would lean Bills.
So you're obviously pulling for Miami. My score prediction, I'm going to go not high scoring, not low scoring. I'm going to go with a 28-23 Bills win.
Okay.
I think it stays somewhat close. Although I think Buffalo will pull away a little bit late. Miami will get a late touchdown to kind of, they'll have to onside kick it late. But I just see Buffalo winning.
Look at the Dolphins, 30-28.
30-28. All right, high scoring game. Love to see it. Wow, what a good show. I know the wheels kind of fell off late a little bit there, but I think we reeled it back in. What a great show.